Hi, everyone. Today is kind of a special day because we get to start part two of our story. And remember, part one started with a proverb as well. A proverb is kind of like words of wisdom from African culture. This is an African proverb. And so we're starting this chapter, part two, with this proverb. You only make a bridge where there is a river. I want you to think about how that might apply to Keck's life. You only make a bridge where there is a river. It's interesting. All right, we are going to be starting today with first chapter, which is called Paperwork. Dave comes for me the next day. He has snow in his eyebrows. We drive in the red rattling car to a new place, Refugee Resettlement Center, Dave calls it. Now, remember from that research you did at the start, before we were reading this book, what a refugee means. How that means that he has come to America to seek shelter because his homeland wasn't safe. So because of that, he gets to go to a refugee resettlement center to help with that adaptation to a new country. It's warm there, with many chairs and many more people, all colors and shapes. It's my job to answer a bored lady's questions. Her fingers bounce on a machine with many buttons while she stares at a bright box. Her fingernails are shiny red, the color of blood, and I feel sorry for her bad fortune. At first, I'm afraid to speak. It's okay, Keck, Dave says. You can't make a wrong, it's called paperwork. You can't make a wrong answer here. The bored lady asks her questions again, and this time I answer. Soon I grow sleepy, and after a while her words begin to fall like raindrops on the floor. I try to understand, but all I hear is a river of words rushing and thundering and pushing me beneath the surface. Now and then a word I know darts up like a sparkling fish, but then it's all dark, moving water again. We are there a long time. I don't think I like this America paperwork, I whisper to Dave. It makes for too many yawnings. Next chapter is called Information. Dave leads me to another room. A woman sits behind a pile of papers, tall as a termite mound. Is this Keck by chance? She asks Dave. One and only, he says. Keck, meet Diane. Diane stands and shakes my hand. She isn't much taller than I am, but her grip is strong, and she meets my gaze with eyes that say she is a friend. We've been trying to get more information on your mom, Keck, Diane says. Here's what we've got. She hands many papers to Dave. My hopes flutter high like a bird I cannot catch. I ready my heart for the words I need to hear. Found her. Good news. Coming here. Those are the words Diane must say. Those are the stars that will guide my path home. This is a very difficult process, I'm afraid, Diane says. Refugees in that area move frequently, and tracking someone down can be almost impossible. We've sent out an inquiry about 2 camps on the border. Diane pauses. I wait to hear the words, to see the stars. After your camp was attacked, some people made it to the places we're contacted. I don't want you to get your hopes up, Keck. We'll know more in a while. Remember, we're thinking about repeating objects or repeating ideas being important, and I'm hearing this repeated idea of hope, right? And people telling Keck not to get too hopeful, Keck being hopeful. And we know when authors repeat things, it means it's important. So I want that to sit with you. Really be thinking of this idea of hope because it must matter, right? It's coming up a lot. Diane looks at some papers. Dave looks at his shoes. I am still hoping, I say at last. I want to sound fierce and certain, as a great lion, but I sound like a lost cub, even to my own ears. Of course you are, Diane says. We all are. Thank you for your looking, I say. Diane nods. You're very welcome. I'll be in touch with Dave as soon as we hear anything. We head outside. The icy air kicks at my chest. We walk to Dave's car in silence. Only the snow talks. We climb in. Seatbelt, Dave says softly. I am glad he doesn't ask how I am feeling. I don't know whether to feel hope or fear. Dave pushes a knob, and the music box sings. The song races ahead while I stumble behind. Just one more thing I cannot know. This chapter is called School Clothes. That night, I try on the school clothes in the box Dave has brought for me. I pick a button shirt with flowers on it and soft red pants. But Ganwar rolls his eyes. Those are pajamas, he says. You wear them when you sleep. I try again. Ganwar shakes his head. The kids will eat you alive, he says. This is bad news since I didn't know that America people like to eat each other. Ganwar must see the fears in my eyes because he explains, that means they'll beat you up. Oh, I say. I feel relieved. You mean like at the camp? I'm not much of a fighter. Not like my brother and my father and my cousin. I'm used to losing fights. It isn't so bad if you cover your face and other important places. Ganwar finds a pair of hard blue pants and a shirt the color of sand. Jeans, he says. T-shirt. I put them on and parade through the TV room like a great ruler. Ganwar groans. It's just school, Keck. My aunt hushes him. Let him have his fun, she scolds. In the bathing room, I look hard in the shiny glass. I wonder if I look like an American boy. I'm not sure if that would be a good thing or a not good thing. So again, we're starting to see Keck kind of waver between wanting to adapt to being American and kind of not, and wanting to keep his own home culture. All right, this chapter is called Once There Was. The next morning, I don't know what I am feeling. I'm excited, yes, because to go to school and learn is a fine honor. But I'm worried also. I don't know so many things. I don't even know what I don't know. My belly leaps like a monkey on a tree. In the camp, we had a teacher. Some days, yes, some days, no. Some days I was too ill with the fever to go. Some days the teacher couldn't come because of the men with guns. But on the good days, the teacher might arrive with a piece of chalk and maybe even a book. Mostly, he would help us learn English words so we would be ready to leave the camp someday. But sometimes there would be singing or a story or numbers on our fingers and toes to count. I liked the stories the best. Once there was a lion who could not roar. Once there was a man who sailed the sea. Once there was a child who found a treasure. The stories would lift me up like a breeze beneath butterfly wings and take me far from the pain in my belly and the tight knot of my heart. I hope they will have stories at my school. If they don't know how, perhaps I can teach them. It isn't such a hard thing. All you must do is say, once there was, and then let your hoping find the words. That is where we're stopping today. I want you thinking about making a little prediction to yourself of how do you think school is going to go for Keck? Think this is going to go well, or do you think this is not going to go so well for him? And what's making you think that?